It's quite possible that ancient genius discovered the link between emotions and organs simply through observations. Just think about it. When you see someone walking, slouching, sighing, you can pretty much be sure that the person is sad. Even if you don't know what happened, you may not know the person, but usually you will recognize sadness just from looking. How can you be so sure? Well, if you think of yourself when you experience sadness, or rather any kind of emotion that has to do with sadness, could be nostalgia, could be disappointment, sorrow, anything, you will feel you always feel it in the lateral chest on both sides, where the lungs are. Usually, when feeling takes hold, it's difficult to say where exactly it started out because you start feeling additional sensations and manifestations of the feeling. But if you start out from the point of comfort, meaning you have to involve your imagination, and you think the situation that triggers sadness in you, and once you do, you can feel that the emotion starts out always in the lateral chest, both sides. There is no exception. Once the area is not involved, you will no longer feel sadness. Just to compare, think of any situation when you feel joy. How can you tell that you feel it? Uh, well, when you can hear a person laugh, for example, usually it's the consequence. Something makes a person laugh. If you think of your own situation that will trigger joy in you, you can feel a tickling sensation right in the center of your chest where the heart is. And actually, it seems that that tickling is what causes you to laugh, as strange as it may sound. Among hundreds and probably thousands over the years experiments that I ran, there were no exceptions to this rule. If you think of any situation that makes you feel angry, again, if you compare it to the point of comfort, meaning you sit, you're comfortable, you don't really feel any strong emotions at the moment, and you think of anything that may trigger anger in you, the very beginning of your anger, you'll see deep inside your rib cage, in sort of lateral anterior aspect. For every situation, the anger will be somewhat different, but it will start out always in the liver, meaning always deep in the rib cage. If you think of, well, the textbook in ancient Chinese talk about spleen causing thought or pensiveness, overthinking. The reality is, if you compare many different situations, you'll see that whenever you feel anxious or nervous, it always starts out in the pit of your stomach, right where the pancreas is. Chances are this is what they were talking about. Um, it manifests itself shaky voice, maybe shakiness of hands, but the beginning will be always shaking deep inside in the pit of your stomach, which kind of spreads. Uh, Finally, the last emotion is the fear. This is the only emotion that you feel in your back. What's interesting about it is when you do feel it, especially when it comes to the point of fright, you will feel like a deer in the headlights, meaning for some reason it has this paralyzing effect. It has to do, and again, through parallel or consequent experiments, you can figure out that there is some point, probably in Ming Meng fire, that this is where the movement starts, and apparently kidneys are in the way. So whenever you have fear in your kidneys, it prevents the beginning of the movement to propagate forward. But it's entirely different categories of experiments.